After expressing his wishes yesterday to ramp up job generation and facilitate the nation's economic recovery in his first LEDAC huddle, the president followed up in today's cabinet meeting with a status check in order to improve the country's airports and seaports and also pave the way for a resurgence in tourism. That our Alan Francisco once more sums up in this report.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has tasked the Department of Transportation to upgrade the Manila airport. In today's cabinet meeting, the DOTr presented to the President their programs for the aviation and maritime sectors to promote economic recovery. Office of the Press Secretary Officer in Charge, Undersecretary Cheloy Garafil, said that the President wants to immediately respond and meet the challenges of growing demand in the country's airports.
Inutusan ng Pangulong DOTr na tutukan ang pag-upgrade ng Manila Airport upang matugunan ang lumalaking demand. Kasama din dyan ang pag-aaral sa mga existing unsolicited proposals para i-modernize ang mga existing airports at upgrade ito at magtayo ng mga bagong airport sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa.
As for the maritime matter, President Marcos ordered the DOTr to craft an industry development plan, as well as adjustments in the country's ports of entry when there are more cruise ships docking and stopping over in the country for tourist layovers. According to Yusek Garafil, the President also instructed the Maritime Industry Authority or Marina to resolve the problem of schools that do not comply with the educational quality standards based on international requirements and guidelines. He said that the training programs of students who want to become seafarers should be improved.
Kasama din dito ang pagtugon sa issue na shipboarding requirements sa mga maritime students. Sinabi ng Pangulo na dapat i-upgrade ang competencies ng mga eskwelahan at ayusin ang training programs to give the students advantage and put them to international standards para mapatuloy ang estado ng bansa na #1 supplier ng seafarers sa buong mundo.
Meanwhile, the President emphasized the priorities of his administration at the first meeting of the Legislative Executive Department Advisory Council or LEDAC yesterday. According to the President, he wants his administration to focus on job generation and economic recovery, which he promised during the campaign, to also include strengthening or reinforcing the country's public healthcare system. He said the tourism industry needs reforms or fixes just as much as the country's airports. According to the President, it is crucial to encourage or entice foreigners to visit or invest in the Philippines. The Chief Executive also appeals for a unified system and policies to regulate doing business in the country. President Marcos said a policy should be laid out because he said businessmen are confused on what to follow. Although the COVID-19 is still raging and in our midst, he wants the country to get out of emergency status as the first step to recovering the economy. According to President Marcos Jr., he suggested to the leadership of the Congress for the passage of laws that will help develop the lives of Filipinos. The President also insinuated support for the establishment of the Department of Water Resources as it does not run counter on his administration's right-sizing policy. He said water is important, so experts are needed to manage the country's water resources. There are 30 common items in the legislative agenda that have been agreed upon as priority measures to enact in the 19th Congress. Meanwhile, House Speaker Martin Romualdez said the Congress will prioritize these measures. Alan Francisco for The Nation.